Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Yes. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I have missed you guys. Miss you. This is Rochelle coming to you live from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm really not sure who's going to be on here because nothing was barely broadcasted today. Unfortunately, I've been trying to get some things taken care of that I had to wait till Monday to do. And I had my guest. I already knew I had a guest on today. Well, unfortunately, they got back from Jamaica very late and was not able to be on. And my backup, they had a hurricane last night. So I did not want the show to not go on. So here I am. And I think what I have chosen to speak about, I spoke about it a little bit last night. Like this light right here. Let's see the reflection of that light. All right, that's better. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys come in a little bit. If not, I hope you listen to this. I hope you guys come in, let you come in for a minute. So I'm just I don't want to say a whole lot yet because I want to see if you guys start to come in. Let me do this. I probably didn't think I was having this, but I was. I don't want to cancel. I don't like canceling things. Not if I can help it, but I do apologize that this didn't come earlier. I didn't get the message until later that the person couldn't come. So, yeah. So, but we're here. I wanted to definitely have you guys hop on if you can. If you can't, I wanted to see you. Jump on if you can right now. And let me say this. I'm not an expert in this, but I am an expert in part of it. And I'll tell you what that is. And it's right now. All right, so yeah, come on in, guys. Come on in. And some of you are going to say, this won't pertain to me. I'm not obese because I said, are you tired of being obese? That was what I put out earlier. And then I said, and guess what? And it just may not be your fault. That's whoa, what? What do you mean? It may not be my fault. Uh-oh. It may not be your fault. It just may not be your fault. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you know, right? So come on. I want to see some of you, and I'm going to still do this. And if not, I'm going to take it to, I'm waiting to see if anybody hop on before I go into really lengthy detail and see what happens. And so come on in. I want to see you guys start to jump on. Come on in. Yes, I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I again want to thank you all for all your love and support that you showed during my passing of my other mom, and everything went very nicely. I'm so thankful, and I'm thankful that I was able to have her in my life till she turned 81, and on her 81st birthday she left us. But hey, Ken, how are you, darling? It's been a long time. Been a very, very long time. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So I'm just trying to give people a couple more minutes since I'm doing. We're going to be talking with Rochelle tonight. My guest got in very late from Jamaica, And my backup, they had a hurricane last night. So it's like, and they're still trying to get power. So good to see you, sweetheart. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. You and your mom and dad, and hope everybody's doing well. So, yeah, I'm just letting people, I know I didn't put this out to the very last minute, because when I found that out, I was like, I had to go to class, trying to hustle to get people. Well, it just didn't work out, but you know what? I don't like I said, I don't like to cancel anything. So I wanted to still come on, and so I'm just waiting on a few more people to log on. But I'm glad to see you, Kent, and I'm just going to give this another moment, and then we're going to get started. Yeah, just give it like one more moment, and we're going to get started. Because I think it's definitely something that, like I said, when you learn what you learn, when you know what you know, and it's something good, when you know something good, you always want to share. And that's where we're at right now. When you know something good, you always want to share. And that's where we are right now. So, yeah, so give people a couple more minutes. Like I said, maybe one more minute, and then we're going to get started. Hope you're doing good, Ken. I hope you are working and everything is going well. Hey, Frederick. Hey, Michelle. Nice to have you guys on. And I think, like I said, I was waiting on a couple more people to jump on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, you guys. Well, some of you are going to say this may not pertain to you. You may not have ever had to endure what I'm about to talk about. You may not have ever yourself, you personally, but I almost guarantee you know someone who has. I almost can guarantee that you know someone who has, because typo there, it's fault. Hey, cousin. Hey, sweetie. I don't know what the type. Okay. Hey, cousin, typo there. Did I put a typo in there somewhere? I don't know. I hope I didn't. Let me see. Tonight, let's talk with Michelle. Yeah. Okay. But good to see you guys. And like I was saying before, I did want to thank you all for everybody all over, for all your beautiful thoughts and condolences, cards, sympathy, food, your time, all that. I mean, that it did not go unnoticed, and it was truly appreciated. I'll send something out more formally in the next day or so. So anyway, so as I was saying, that how many of you, like I said, what I was about to talk about, some of you have never even experienced any of this. I put out there. Okay. All right, Dwayne. We'll have to talk. You can PM me after this. And but like I said, you probably know someone who has. How many of you know someone who has been in the fight of obesity? I'm not talking about necessarily someone just a little bit overweight. I'm talking about obesity. How many, like I said, it may not be you, but I actually really meant to look up where we are in the United States with obesity. We are I think one of the top who have that issue to a detriment, and our children, not to mention the adults, but our children are also, unfortunately, they have been affected tremendously about that with this. And just starting out the gate, with high blood pressure, diabetes, different things because of their weight, because of the lack of activity, because of what's in the food, because of all those things grabbing them. And then when they get it, it's like it's not their fault that it becomes a addiction. It's like, I gotta have more, I gotta have more, I gotta have more. But that's not just for the kids. That's happening to a lot of the adults as well, because it's what they're putting in the food. So this is not necessarily about that, but this is about someone who has struggled. But this is the thing, though. If your children are already growing up in this way. And you already see signs of obesity. And a lot of times say, oh, that's baby fat. Where they're 5 years old and they weigh 150 pounds. That's not baby fat. You know, even if they're 5 years old and they're weighing 100 pounds, that's not baby fat. It's fat on a baby. Way too much. Way too much. And if we don't do something about that, they will grow up with major, major health issues. Starting out the gate. However, it may not be their fault. If you're struggling, it may not be your fault. We have many diseases in the world. We have cancer, heart disease, diabetes, alcoholism. We have many, many diseases in the world. And people don't realize that there's a gene out there called FTO gene, fat mass and obesity associated gene. That gene will keep you fat, obese. They've been knowing about it now, they said about 10 years or so, but we haven't really been talking about it. We haven't really been talking about it. And people have been struggling with their weight for... Yes, you're right, it does have hormones, sweetie. But people have been struggling with their weight for years. Years. And guess what? I'm one of them. If I could be transparent, I am one of them. I was a fat kid. I was always active, but I was a fat kid. I did lose all my weight when I became later in my teenage years. I was like 17. I did not lose it the right way. Wasn't drugs or anything, but I just wouldn't eat. I just ate crackers and 3 oranges a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and crackers in between. And I worked out like a fiend. That's all I ate. Every day. And I did that for like about 3 months, maybe 3.5 months. So before I graduated high school, I had dropped like 60, 70, 80 pounds, whatever it was. And I kept it off for a long, long time. And then I had a spurt back in my weight when I was in my... after I broke up with my boyfriend, I think I found myself at home all the time. And then I found out what chicken tastes like again. And, you know, and then that weight, because I lost it wrong, so your body was still holding on to it because my body was in starvation. And anything I start putting in my mouth, my body's just going it just started blowing up again. So then I lost the weight again. After a couple of years of being, I didn't get back as big as I was, but I started gaining again. And then I lost it again with Weight Watchers. And after that, I was able to keep it off. But how did I keep it off? I kept it off through, now remember the gene, FTO. But they told me also when I was a kid, when I was in my teens or 20s, and I worked out, like I said, I was in my 20s because I didn't start working out like that until I was like 17. Teaching classes, And they said if I didn't do what I was doing, I probably have so many health issues just jump on me. And I was like, okay, well, they're not going to catch me. That was my thing. Well, and I did that for a long time. But when I worked out, as the time went along, of course, I used to work out. I used to teach like about 5-6 classes a week. But when I decided not to go back to the regular working world, I decided to just teach classes. And I would teach, like I said, 4 and 5 classes a day. And they were all high activity. I did have like a couple of Pilates classes, but most of them I was up jumping, I'm riding bikes. The water, I didn't do, now I would do my own water workout, but I didn't get in the water that much with them because they couldn't see me and that water be cold and it took me too long to get in. But I would still eventually do my own workout, or either I would go do my own workout even if I didn't get in the water. So I was constantly active, and I did that for years. And so much so that it burnt out my knees. I used to, I don't teach line dancing. I've gone to classes. I've won some contests in dancing. I love to dance. I used to dance all the time. But not that I wouldn't do it now. I just don't really have, well, I guess I don't have time. I just have to, if I want to do it, I guess to make the time to do it. But not yet. I don't teach it. But anyway, so I said dance, guys, any activity. People already know if I'm going to be around, we're going to move, right? And so my weight stayed down, you know, so I was between like a small medium. I wasn't skinny. I was like 100 and, like this 170, but I was very muscular, very, very, very muscular. And I said, well, if I lose weight, I may want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, but I really liked my body where it was at. It was very muscular, it was very tight. And my doctor said I was one of the healthiest people he knew. Okay, so let's fast forward that. I did that for years. Okay, so whatever that fat gene that whatever that fat gene, but even when I was a kid though, I used to eat the cookies and, you know, and the cookies. I used to be a cookie monster, to call myself. I used to eat the cookies and, you know, my mother, and we would eat, well, real food, she would cook, but still, I still gained weight pretty easy, I thought. And so when I did decide to lose the weight, like I said, I did whatever I could to keep it off, even if that meant starving myself. And so already that put my metabolism at a deficit doing that, right? My body was in starvation mode for years. So if I ate anything off of because I did add more foods in, I started eating Jell-O. I would eat oranges. Well, I was already eating oranges. I would eat egg whites. I still ate a lot of crackers. My friend used to say I was a carbo addict because all I ate was crackers, maybe some graham crackers, maybe the little animal crackers. She said, oh, you eat it. And I'll eat my servings. I was very, if it said 16, I'm going to eat 16. If it said 10, I'm going to eat 10. If it said 3, I'm going to do 3. I stayed with my servings. If they have a cup, I'm going to have a cup. And I still do a lot of that right now. So I was very diligent when it came to that, right? So if I had the fat gene, the FTO gene that we don't even hear about, but you're going to start hearing more about it because I think more and more people are going, what? Give me all this time? So let me tell you, when I would burn thousands of calories in a week, several calories hundreds of calories in a day. I am teaching 4 or 5 high level, whether spinning or either a muscle. I taught a lot of body pumps, so that was lifting weights. I taught step. I taught kickboxing. I taught, I was teaching the stuff, right? And so my weight stayed down. The FTO gene, they had no chance of catching up with me because I stayed active. However, now my life was not the ordinary life. But what about the people that just not that active? And they've done every damn thing they could to lose weight. They have dieted. They have starved themselves. They've eaten salads. They've eaten green beans. They've given up the meat. They've drank water. They've been on the cabbage diet, the corn. They've done so many things. And the weight still, or they might lose a little bit and then they gain it right back. They lose a little bit. Where they're saying now that this FTO gene, it is a disease. And it's very difficult for people like that have it to lose the weight. But then you see Johnny Joe and Carolyn Moe and Isaiah and all those other people. They're eating much more than you, and yet they don't gain a pound. You eat this much of it, and you got 2 pounds on you the next day. And you're like, what? When you hear people say, all I do is sniff food and I gain weight. Now, there's going to be some people, and this doesn't apply to everybody, that they know why I used to tell my little sister in there, say, it's a good thing your metabolism is on point, because she would eat whatever she wanted to. It caught up with her a little bit later on in life, but she would eat whatever she wanted, and she did not really gain a whole lot. She gained something since she got older, but the way she ate, she should have not been able to get through a door. And I'm like, and I used to always say, I wish I could eat like that. I wish I could just sit and eat. And we went on this diet once, and it said to load up. You got to load up, guys, before we get you on this diet for like 3 days. Load up, load up. I didn't know how to load up. My load up was eating salads and getting some chicken. That was my load up. She said, they said load up. I said, well, I'm full. I mean, I can't just. And she was eating pizzas, burgers, fries, all that stuff. I didn't, because my body was so conditioned. If I ate that, I'm going to gain weight. I don't know who this is affecting. I don't know who this. I know my life has been a little more different, and you ain't never heard this part about my life. But that's what I didn't know how to do that. And guess what? She was so much more successful in that. I did it to the T. She was more successful because she was able to load up, put all that fat in her body, and she was able to lose more than I did, and I was on point with it. But I didn't load up. Not the way they wanted me to. Because I didn't. They used to tell me, sometimes you may have to stop doing what you're doing. Go on purpose and gain weight. I couldn't do that either. On purpose, go gain weight when I've been fighting weight all my freaking life. I didn't know how to go do that on purpose to just go gain weight. Because it was like to shock my body. I understood the concept, but I didn't know how to do that. I had been eating the same way for almost 40 years. Now, everybody, you go off a little bit here and there. And I wouldn't even eat a cookie, guys. If I ate a cookie, I would chew it up as my family, and I would spit it out. I just wanted a little taste that got in my mouth, and a lot of time I would wipe my tongue off, and I'll just get what's still in my teeth. They said, girl, you got a problem. No, I just want what I want from. I don't want all them calories. That's my life. That's what I used to do. And I can't even promise I don't do it now. It just depends. You know, what the cookie is. If it got too much fat in it, I'm just going to chew it and spit it out. I'm not going to swallow it. Because I know I don't want the calories. So when I heard about this FTO gene, I'm like, what? And, you know, I heard Oprah say, because Oprah, she was another one who has been affected. She said, I can't climb another mountain. I can't run another mile. Because it's like you lose it and you gain back. It won't stay. You could do some things, and I've been on so many diets. I have been on so many diets. And when I tell you, at almost 63 years old, I'm tired. Now, what I do now with the cleanses is me doing the detoxing. That's the only thing that's worked for me since since menopause. So fast forward, all the workouts I did, I eventually, like I said, burned out my knees because I was doing more than the average. I've been doing this. I had been teaching for over 40 years. I had to have knee replacements. And when I had to have knee replacements, I went through menopause. My menopause started. And I didn't gain weight during that time because I couldn't eat anything anyway. The smells from from the medicine they had given me, I just couldn't do it. But later on, when I, finally started getting, because I went back to the gym on a walker because I was too afraid I may start gaining weight. I went to the gym on a walker, and I couldn't do a whole lot, but I was telling them what to do. I was lifting my arms. I was doing something. I was moving. When I had foot surgery, I walked in there with my crutches, got on the stair, and I was doing this. I just put my foot so it wouldn't move, and because I didn't want to sit there and gain weight because I just did not know. This has been a journey for years. So, menopause. Went through menopause, and it seemed like I just started gaining weight. And I didn't know, I'm not really eating like that. Why am I gaining weight? So I thought, okay, let me start watching what I'm doing. So I started being more careful and more conscious. It didn't matter. If I ate green beans for 2 weeks, it didn't matter. Weight was just coming on. I was averaging about 10, 11 pounds a month. No, 10, 11 pounds a year. I'm sorry, not a month. Oh, Lord. Like 10, 11 pounds a year. And so menopause stayed around for almost 6 years. So when it was done, added up. I went from this small to medium to large, extra large. More extra large by the time it was, because I went to large and I skipped over it. I went to large, then I went to extra large. And I think some of them might have been even extra, that's like a 2X or something, I think, on some things. But most of it was like extra large or something. And I was just, when I tell you, depressed, I didn't want to look in a mirror. I was just like, I just can't believe I went from a fit person to, I didn't recognize it. My face all round, my boobs got big. Even now, I'm gonna get a boob reduction. I mean, you heard me saying that. I never had a whole lot. And I'm like, what is, my doctors, I was going to the doctor, I was trying all these diets, nothing was working. Then they said, well, your metabolism is not on point. Your hormones are not on point. They're just, and until you get those in order, you're not going to lose the weight. So I was trying, like, how do you do that? How do we fix me? How do we fix it? That was 6 years of gaining weight. I think, so I've been trying to get the weight off now for about 4 years, maybe, give or take. And doing this detox is probably the only thing that I have found that has worked some. But even with me doing the detox, it's working, but it's not working like it does for most people. Most people and when they do that, they losing like 10 to 20 or 30 pounds. I may average 2 or 3. I may lose some inches. So I know if I keep doing it, eventually it's going to work. But I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm frustrated. I'm thankful, though, that something was working some, because I can look at some before and after, so I can tell that it is working. But it's definitely, so I know it has to try to work to get my body back in balance, because my body's all just freaking just out of whack. But I'm here to tell you that, baby, if you are that person and you have been trying and trying and trying and crying and depressed and don't know and tired of the workouts, tired of the starving, tired of doing all these diets, and it's just not working, just may not be your fault. Some people, like, you're right, Dwayne, some people, they don't, like I was talking about my sister. When I say, hey, Eric, I would just be like, it's just not fair. That's me. It's not fair. I'm the one that my family would tell you, my friends. But and I did do some bad stuff, because I used to put that fake sugar and stuff in my food, like the fake stuff. That was like the worst thing I could have done. It caused me to have a toxic liver. I didn't get a toxic liver from eating a bunch of junk. I gave it from, because when your body, you keep putting foreign stuff in your body, you don't know what to do with it, then you can get that kind of outcome. But I just say it's not fair. I would be jealous a lot of time. Like, how can they do that? And I the one, if I eat a little bit, I gain. I didn't know anything about an FTO. Look it up. I'll tell you a little bit about this gene. The fat gene is what they call it. The fat gene. It says you're referring to is likely the FTO gene, fat mass obesity associated gene. Research has shown that certain variants of this gene are associated with increased risk of obesity. Yeah. The FTO gene influences how the body regulates appetite, energy, expenditure, and fat accumulation. The FTO gene was identified in 2007. They said they've been knowing about it really for, I guess it's been over 2007. It's been over 10 years, but they're not talking about it a whole lot. But now that people are like Oprah and different ones, like even in the industry, hey baby, hey Verdina, hey Tamara, hey Sharon, is that they are now saying that we got something that you guys that's out there that's been struggling. My arms used to be tight. I had muscle. Now look, I can't. So I buy a lot of workout stuff because I'm scared not to work out. Do you think I know it was paying my bills, but do you think I just worked out? They said, you just love to work out. No, I love to be thinner. That's what I loved. But you shouldn't have to work like a fiend to have your body to be smaller. When you can eat healthy, work out some. I know I don't get as much sleep as I do, but even at that, I should not have to struggle like this. And so many thousands of other people. Now you got people going like, so it's not me? I'm not crazy. It's not me? Not all of it. Now, you know, and this is the thing I always tell people. I can lie to me, I can lie to you all day long, and you don't even have to. Yes, you can. And that's what's going to help the illnesses, baby. I can lie to you guys all day long, but one thing I can't do is lie to me. Like right now, in my refrigerator, I have a pie that my sister, when my mom died, when my stuff, and she made, and I love sweet potato pie. But you know what? I don't even know how to eat a whole slice of anything. I get me a sliver every day. Now, I'll probably get a sliver every day till it's gone. We gave away some for dinner plates we were giving away. So we still had some here. So I eat me a little slice. I ate me a sliver. And she used to say, girl, get me a slice. Now since she's changed her eating, now she's eating slivers too, what I've been talking about for years. I want my sliver. And if I have my sliver, I can enjoy that sliver. I don't have to have a whole piece. I don't know how to eat a whole piece of anything. Now, not sweet stuff like that. Now, a piece of chicken or something I could. Now, I don't even do chicken like that now. But what I'm saying is that I don't know how. I have taught myself for years not to eat this, not to eat that, not to eat this, not to eat that. And I remember one girl in class, she said, Rochelle, she was bringing in some cookies. I said, no, because I know if I eat that cookie. She said, everybody should be able to eat a cookie if they want to from time to time. You don't have to worry about your weight. I said, I know that's easier said than done. I know. No, that's not the norm. You should be able to eat a cookie and not worry about gaining weight. I'm telling you, I can eat the cookie, but I'm going to spit it out because I did not want the weight gain. But when I heard about this FTO, this gene, this fat gene, the impact it has on obesity, individuals with certain variants of the FTO gene can have a higher risk of obesity. A higher risk. The effect of the FTO gene on the body mass BMI index is modest but significant. The interaction with the lifestyle, our lifestyle, I mean, I'm telling you, it's so eye-opening, and it's also make you just go like, oh, so it's not just me. Yes, baby, I understand, and Antoinette, what you're talking about. I understand. I had, in my family, it was 6 of us. Well, 6 between my mom and dad, then my dad remarried. So I have another sister. I think all the girls but one. It was 5 girls. All the girls but one. My brothers, one of them he got a little chunky, but since he's lost weight recently, he's lost a lot of weight since he found out he was diabetic. And he's lost weight. He did a detox and his weight just came off. No ifs, no buts, no maybe, no little bit. It came off. Me? little increments at a time. Little increments. I'm thankful for the increments. But I'm tired, guys. I'm just tired of the struggle. And now that I know that there is maybe a reason for it, it's like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. And now I can address my doctors and say, okay, now what? What are we going to do about this FTO gene? Can we do a test? Let's do the test and see. Because I guarantee I don't want to have it. But I know what I've done in my lifetime. I know what I have done. I know, I'm not saying I've always been perfect. No. But when I tell you, I've done very, very decent. Very, very, very decent. Because I did not want the weight gain. I was always doing activities, whether it was riding my bike, ride on one side of town to the other, used to ride to my job. I was always moving. Always moving. And I think the reason why the gene didn't catch up with me before is because I was moving so much. It couldn't catch up. I would do Zumba classes. I would do Zumba. I would do step. I would do some kickboxing. I would doing spin. Spin is riding a bike. It's a stationary bike, but it's like you're riding, and you're burning calories. Because I'm having them standing up. You come out there, you would look like you've been in a sauna. You just soaked up because we didn't play. I did not play when I was in that class. I didn't do it, couldn't do it when my knees got bad so much, but when I could do it, I mean, we were riding. They used to call me the crazy woman anyway. So they say I was boot camp. They knew I'd been in the military, but I had not, So, but I'm saying so many of us out there, guys, that have suffered, that have prayed, that have cried, that have just been depressed because you just didn't know. You just didn't know what you didn't know. And now that they said a disease, like what? A disease? What? So it's not always been me because I try to do the right thing. I try to eat right. I try to work out. I was very content. I would work out it was every day, 2 hours or 2 hours or more in the gym every day, except for Sunday. Every day. And then later on, I finally gave up my Saturdays, but I was still doing my 4 and 5 classes Monday through Friday. I would take me a little nap in the car. I said, I got 8 minutes. Let me take a little nap. But thank God I had a lot of energy to be able to do it. I didn't slack on them either. I kept doing it. I mean, you would have never known. I just done 3 other classes prior to that. So I'm just saying, you guys, you may want to look into this because I used to be so against, I'm not going to say so against. I even thought about myself, the surgery. I said, and they're going to say, well, you ain't that. Yeah, I was big for me. I was too big for me. And I couldn't see, and they're saying, well, until you get your hormones back in balance, but nobody could tell me how. I know my vitamin D was in the toilet. Vitamin D is really a hormone, so you need to watch it. If you don't, you make sure you start getting that vitamin D because lack of vitamin D can kill you. Because it regulates so many things in the body. And my doctor and them knew that, and they just said, well, you need to up your vitamin D. They didn't say how impaired or how important it was. They just act like it was just a thing. And when I found out how important vitamin D, I said, why didn't you really just say so? They started me on 50,000 units a week. And they said, my other doctor said, no, you need to double that. Your vitamin D is in a toilet. It's in the toilet. We all need vitamin D. Purposely go outside and stand in the sun. Purposely do that. Because it don't penetrate through our skin as much. A Caucasian, they can sit out there for 10 minutes and they get what they need a day. We got to stay out there for almost a freaking hour to get what we need. We need the vitamin D. So, ongoing research aims to understand the exact mechanism by which FTO gene influences obesity. Studies are also exploring potential therapeutic targets to mitigate the impact of the FTO variants. The discovery of the broader implication, the discovery of the FTO gene underscores the complexity of obesity, highlighting that it's not solely a result of personal choices. It's not. It's not me just going out eating burgers. And when I was gaining all that weight, I said, I'm not even having fun gaining the weight. At least let me go get an ice cream cone or something. Make it feel like I'm gaining at least I'm doing something for fun. It was a time, one of my biggest things that I would do that I thought was, this was a big joy when I would go out of town. It wasn't something that we just do on a daily. But most of the time we do it when we go out of town. Me and my little play sister in there, we would go and order us a medium. I guess they don't have medium French fries anymore from McDonald's, but don't eat in McDonald's because it's not even a French fry anymore. 19 ingredients, if that tells you anything, and none of it is a potato. And we would go get the French fries and the medium French fry, hot, no salt, and somebody they'd be hot. And I always say, give me a bunch of napkins. Because I would do anything fried because I didn't eat a lot of fried. And I would take my napkins and squeeze those fries so I can get the grease out. They'd be all smashed, but it still tastes good to me because I didn't want the grease. I'm telling you, I was trying to do anything to keep me from gaining weight. But it came anyway through menopause, it just kept coming. And when menopause stopped, the weight stopped. But I was left with so much weight to still get off and still was struggling. Now menopause been gone, about 4, 5 years. I'm not even sure now. Because I was trying to think. I know when I had my knees, I had to go back and think when my knee surgery was, because it started during that time. And I'm telling you, it has been hell. Oh, wow. Yours is too high. Oh, I don't ever hear that with African American where it was too high. But I'm not outside girl, but I take 5,000 milligrams. Okay. Well, you might want to see why it's too high though. But I wanted, like I said, it may not be your fault. The shame, me as a fitness instructor, and I come out. I mean, did I still have the energy? Yes, but I was so shameful. Because I'm like, they're like, what happened to her? She was like, people that hadn't seen me, you don't want to go through talking. Now I'm telling the world. Like, what happened to her? She was so, and you just like, okay, well, I went through menopause, and I don't want to tell them that story. And I just like, yeah, girl, and because you just don't want to. And because people look at you like, girl, she must have just started eating and never stopped. People don't, like I said, I can lie to y'all, because I can't lie to me. I won't lie to me, because I know if I did it, I was like, I know why I gained weight, because I was having some fun. I just ate what I wanted. No. Every once in a while, I would eat more. I mean, I'm gonna say I always ate perfect, but I ate better than I ever was eating bad. That's the truth. Can't tell you when the last time I've had I don't even go buy burgers. I mean, everyone like during a holiday here and there, I would have like a burger that was on a grill, or maybe one of them little, that's like on a holiday or something, them little bratwurst things, the bratwurst hot dog things, they're so bad for you now, but, and eat that little stuff, and I eat a little bit because I know it's very carby, but I try to enjoy it because it's a holiday. And I'll have to talk myself. You're going to enjoy the holiday. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. But that's talking here, because I didn't know how to just do that. But now I allow myself to have some things on a holiday. I didn't eat any burgers last time. They didn't have fish. I just ate some sides. So because I'm learning more about other stuff. So mainly, I'm just here to share with you. I'm in that boat, you guys. I'm in that boat. And if anything I've just said to you, and you feel like, now like I said, if I were to ask my sister, she'd say, "Oh, honey, I know how I gained the weight because she'd go there and buy a sneaker, a Reese's, this, have an ice cream cone. I want some chocolate cake. Like, what the freak?" And she wouldn't gain. If I looked at that stuff like that, I'd be like, So I'm so thankful. Like I said, I'm so thankful that the detox is doing something. And I think what the detox does for me is bringing my body back into balance. And so even though I don't lose it like many of the other people, when they do their 21 or 7 days, some people lost 13 pounds in 7 days. They're 21 pounds. I usually don't hear any less than 10 and now if they got a small body, they ain't gonna lose that much, because you gotta only lose what your body needs you to lose. But if you have some, more weight on you or more waist than you, because they would lose the waist, more waist than that. And so the waist brings weight. And so it's a lot of times it'll be like 15 or more pounds in most cases. 13, 15, 20, 22. I think the highest I heard was 30-some pounds in 21 days doing the detox. So I'm so thankful to detox, because otherwise, so I can see my body is going down, but I just wanted to go faster. It's like, from what I eat, most of the things I eat is salads now. Now I do want to eat some cooked vegetables. I want some greens and stuff like that, but I just ain't did it yet. But I would eat a lot of vegetables. That's what I used to eat back in the day. Just a bunch of vegetables. Hardly ever ate meat. Bunch of vegetables. And now I'm more pescatarian. And not that you have to do any of those things. I mainly wanted to show you about this FTO gene. If you have struggled, and you struggle. I mean, I'm not talking about somebody that's been there just really chowing down. If you got it naturally, you just got it naturally. This is how I look at it. If you're big and you're happy with being big, be happy. But if it's unhealthy, that's where the problem lies. When I start gaining this weight, it pushed me something I've always ran from. My doctor said I was one of the healthiest people he's ever. He said, but you don't never hardly come. But I'm telling you, like one of the healthiest people that's ever walked through my door. I had a surgery once, getting rid of fibroids. It was supposed to be a 2.5 hour surgery, 45 minutes. When they cut me open, they say, you were so healthy. We were just able to scrape the fibroids off. You were just so healthy. Because that's what I wanted. I didn't want to. People in my family had the diabetes. My dad had both his legs cut off. I have aunties. I have cousins, nephews, nieces, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, the this, the that, the kidney issues on kidney machines. I ran from that for years. I said, it'll never catch me. Well, when I went up, I became pre-diabetic. My cholesterol stuff went up. It was other things they were mentioned. And I was like, how did I went from healthy to, I said, something got to give. Something have got to give. You can do it, baby girl. You can get it back, Antoinette. You can get it back. And even if you turn vegan, guys, let's make this very, you can be vegan, but there's good vegan, there's bad vegan. You still got to know what to eat, even as being a vegan. If all you're eating is processed carbs or stuff, you got to still get a lot of that green in there, get some raw in there, so it's still, you have to still know what to put in your mouth. Okay. You still have to know that, what to put in your mouth. So, yeah, and it's still important that you can lose weight and never got to work out. I'm just part of working out. This is part of what I do. That's just what I do. And, even being a little round kid, I was very active. Even at my age now, I am still very active, very, very active. And I'm thank God that I have energy like that to do what I do. Because probably if I wasn't as active, who to say how much more weight I would have gained? Because I was still fighting that thing, like I don't know what. So you ask your doctor, what is this FTO freaking gene? What is that? I want to do the test. I used to be against, that's what I was saying a while ago. I used to be against people. If I could be transparent, I would say, that's why I wanted to open up. This is one that I wanted to, and I still see myself doing this, having an obesity clinic. You know why I wanted that? Because I fought it. Still fighting it now. And I shouldn't be fighting at 60, almost 63 years old. I shouldn't be. Who knew that this would happen? I should not be fighting this right now. But here I am. And maybe so I can have a story and show you. And the reason I wanted, the reason I wanted to start an obesity clinic, because I wanted people to know that you can get this weight off. It don't have to be surgery all the time. Because the thing about it, if you don't learn something here, you can just gain it back. It has to be a mindset shift. You have to have a mindset shift. Because having a surgery is just one act of it. The rest of it is here. Because when your stomach heals, when you're able to eat more than just a half of a cup or a fourth of a cup or whatever that a cup is, and you haven't learned something, then you'll go back and you'll probably bring friends with you. True. So I wanted an obesity clinic so they can have somebody they knew that understood what they were going through and let them know this is a safe space, that we're going to get you healthy. We're going to start moving. If all you can do is do this, let's do this. Okay, give me 10 right now. Take it down. They say I don't know how to count, so they'll probably learn that too. Give me 10. Come on. And eventually you're going to get them arms up higher. Eventually you're going to get that leg up. Eventually you might get up and start walking here. I want that to show people, now only time I think the surgery was really necessary when your life depended on it. At that point, get the surgery. But just to have an easy way out. And that's why I didn't want to do, which I am contemplating some other things now. That's why I didn't want to, because I'm tired of the struggle. Want to do, dang, I lost my thought. One of the things I did, I wanted to do the clinic. Again, like I said, I wanted people to feel safe. Because I've known too many people who've had that surgery. When I remember I was working, and we had like 3-4 people out at the same time. One of them was doing a band, one of them was doing a bariatric, one of them did it was like 3 different. It was like 3 different things. Like 2 of them had the same surgery, and I remember seeing a young lady come back in there as soon as she was able to come back to work. She came back with a pizza and them little chicken nugget things, and they said, she's eating it, but yes, she keep going to the bathroom, throwing up. I said, oh yeah, she ain't gonna lose it, but she's not gonna lose a freaking pound. Yeah, she ain't learned nothing. I saw another lady who was really small. I mean, her makeup was small, her body was, but she was little legs, little arms, little everything. But her circumference, her stomach, all that was really big. It was a health issue. Her heart, so she needed a surgery, and she was only like she wasn't even 200 pounds. She wasn't even, I think, 170 some pounds. But for her body, it was way too much, and it was causing her a lot of health. So for her, she needed that surgery. Another girl, she had the band, and she just kind of started eating what she wanted to, but she had lost a lot of weight, but she kind of was like playing with it a lot. But that band thing flipped off. Blew up like a balloon. Blew up like a balloon. I said, I don't ever want that surgery. But when I tell you, I was at the point like, you know what? I think I'm contemplating surgery now. I'm not. This is just too much. This is just too much. But I still couldn't make myself do it. But right now, I am contemplating some other things. Wow, that's something, internet. Wow. But I do know maybe my story would inspire somebody else. When you realize it's not just you. You may have that gene, that FTO gene. You ask your doctor, and many of them ain't gonna know what the freak you talking about. They're gonna, if they're still talking about, we to make me PO me so bad. Okay, they'll give me a nutritionist. Okay, well, you need to eat a half a cup of this and drink a half a cup of that. Get your 8 glasses of water and have your hand like a deck of a cards. And I would look at them. Baby, it's not my food. I know that I've been knowing that for so many years. I've taught it. It's not my food. And they just keep, I said, and after what I said, don't send me her no more. Don't bring that back, and don't say that to me again. It's not my food. They finally listened. So you are the advocate of your body. You are. If this doctor, whoever you're going to, is not listening, then freaking find somebody else. Because when you know what you know, somebody's going to listen to you. And if there's some help out there for you, and you've done the struggle, go get the freaking help. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You ain't got to prove it to nobody. But the thing about it, you can even take this Ozempic and stuff that you're talking about. You can go take any of that. But if you get off the Ozempic and you're still eating crazy, the weight's going to come back. So my thing is, if you're using something to help you, go on and use it. If you feel like that's going to help you, go ahead and do it. But let's have a mind shift. Let's have a mind shift. It's got to be a mind shift because you can easily go right back to it. So I just wanted to share that tonight. I did not have, like I said, and maybe I was supposed to be on here to talk about this tonight because I did not have, my girl got back in town from, Jamaica. My backup had a darn hurricane last night. She don't have any power. So then she's in, pray for the ones, let's pray for the nation, but please pray for those that are living in Texas, she was in Houston. And it was only a category 1, but it killed some people, and it's, they had some flooding. They still out of power, and definitely. So I'm glad that I was able to come to you tonight, and I've been raw tonight. You got me on a raw night. You got me just laying it all out. So, but I am on this journey, you guys, and it's been a long journey, and I'm really kind of fed up. I'm kind of fed up here. But yes, it can. PM me. PM me, or you can take my number. I'm going to text you my number, where you can call me. And yes, that's the one thing we definitely do that. It definitely help with disease, help with that, because a lot of the issue is in your gut. That's why we focus so much on the gut health. That's why I know the thing that I'm doing, it's helping me because it's getting my gut. My gut, I had an inflamed gut. They call it a fatty, not a gut, fatty liver. I had a fatty liver, and so all that we need, and everything flushes through the liver. So I needed to get my liver cleansed. I need my gut to, everything like that. Gut, a healthy gut, a healthy body. And so a lot of the disease that we have, that's why so many people that, we can't say we cure, do anything, mitigate disease. But what I'm just telling you, a lot of people who said they used to have this, and used to have that, they were on this, they was on that, they was on that. And now many of them are not on anything. The doctor's saying, keep going, whatever you're doing, keep going. They don't even know if they stopped taking their medicine. We're not medicating people say to stop taking their meds. But I'm just telling you, this is what I heard in testimonies. Yes, it's what I've heard in testimonials. And I love that. And I love that it's helping me too when nothing, I would just love for my body just get back in balance and things and go, I don't want to go back to nothing. I want to just go forward. I want my body to be better than it ever was even before. Don't want to go back. I want to go forward. I don't ever want to go back to nothing. Go forward and make it better than it was. So my thing is, I'm still want to open my obesity clinic, and it might be right here online. Have people have a safe space where they can talk, where I can give them different things that they can do, what they can take, and just make sure that you're there to love on them and let them know that they're not alone. And I maybe had to gain this weight so they could see that I've been in a struggle as well. I don't know, but I'm ready to get out the struggle. So, but I want to be there for my people. I want to be there. So guys, I don't know what time it is. Oh, 8. Oh, I did that. I talked for an hour. I didn't know that was good. I was planning on, my knee. I was planning on actually getting, oh girl, call me. I'm going to reach out to you. Make sure we're going to talk. And, too young. We got to change that thing around. You guys, it's been a pleasure. And like I said, I've been raw tonight. That you didn't know about me. It's not like I talk about it every day. But, I don't know, after my stepmom died, and she had got, 81 years old. And then when my mom died at 59, that's when a lot of things I started saying, life is too short. Live the way you want to. I want to live in a different body. So I just refuse to stay on the slower path. I'm thankful for it. Don't get me wrong, because it does work. Trust me, it does. It's working for me. But it's just that if I have my body trying to go back to there, get me back lined up, I just wanted to be faster. And if I have a way to make it faster and just keep it there once it gets there, that's what I'm about. That's where I'm at today. So, you guys, I love you. Thanks for hopping on. And next week, I have Mr. Wright's going to be on next week talking about finances. And so I will hopefully you'll be on for that. And then and we're going to be talking about maybe doing, well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But I know that's my guest next week. And then we're going to reschedule the young lady that was supposed to be on tonight. I don't know if they had some plane issues or whatever, but I'm just glad she made it back in safely and we can reschedule that. But I'm just glad I was here to share tonight. So you guys enjoy your Monday. Enjoy your evening. I'm just so glad to be in front of you again. It's been a little bit. And so you have a good night and I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. Thanks for hopping on. Bye for now.